Hello everyone, we are back with Ankusa Kate. Hopefully we'll get to use Ankusa today, and we're up against Palana Foods. This could be interesting. I say this about a lot of games. That's Netrunner in general, isn't it? But Palana, they can take a couple of different approaches to it. We could see Grail, we could see just good ice. Either way, they're likely to make a lot of money. We do want to draw a fair bit, because we have to get through our deck and hopefully find some good things. Okay, they're just going to ice up, which makes sense. Yeah, so just a reshuffle of things. So let's diesel, get them some money nice and early. We can mod it down our magnum opus, which is pretty nice. And let's draw one more just to reduce the number of times we are going to trigger their ability. I think we want to draw as often as possible in one turn, and hopefully get ourselves set up really quickly, and then just go mad. This is unusual. So with Palana, you're never quite sure what you're expecting to see. There's a lot of things they can do. How many snares will they pack? Are they doing Grail? It's just a good deck in general. Agroplex. So we're going to be getting free cards, which is fantastic. I like cards. Cards win games. Well, no, runs win games. Cards help you make runs, though. I gotta say, this isn't a card that I like. I don't like giving the runner answers. I mean, people try and play around Vigil and try and play around Astrolabe whenever possible. So I don't love giving the opponent cards. Could be a batty, maybe. I'd like to see some more bits and pieces. Clot, probably not useful in this matchup. Let's go double silencer. So we're showing the fact that we are on stealth. And I think that's the best possible thing against Palana as well. Having the stealth sentry breaker deals with Komainu very easily. Deals with Grail. We need our SMC ASAP. We could quality time, then we end up so much overdrawn, and I'd like to keep a lot of these things. Actually, we can tinker and run twice, so let's do exactly that. So let's get Guardian down. Let's tinker this, giving it a Colgate, regardless what it is. It would be sickening now if it is Colgate, but let's see what it is. Interesting. So we steal the Nisei without too much opposition. Was not expecting that. Oh, I see. Interesting. Okay. So obviously they weren't expecting such a turn either. That's a very dangerous play to make against Shaper. It is the faction known for such novelties as SMC, for example. Although, no, actually, SMC is safe. So that, yeah, that was the perfect play. We could see a lot more of this grid coming out because of possibly a resurgence in Shaper. With Anarch getting such a beating in the most recent Most Wanted list update and FAQ, more so the Most Wanted list. So the game's in an interesting spot. I don't really know what we're going to expect to see from it. But yeah, happy with how that little play worked out. So all we're showing so far is Gordian. We have our silencers good to go, so we just need to find our switchblade. Good quality time here. We end up quite poor though. I think we just take money and put down a clone chip, free up our hand a little bit, and be ready for our next turn. So get a Ghost Runner, which is good. We'll be well set whenever we see this switchblade. Mr. Jackson is out. So we'll draw 5. We can pitch our magnum opus, and hopefully we'll find a couple of combo pieces, maybe like a modded, or maybe just nice cheap things to install. Kind of hoping we don't see Ankusa too soon, because it's bit on the pricey side at the moment. So we'll have 9 credits. And have to get rid of a couple of things. Okay, so server 2 being shored up once again. Could be another grid, or it could be, well, the usual Caprice, Batty, all that kind of tools. So we have modded, but we don't have Dinosaurus, which is kind of what we'd prefer to see. Thankfully, we do have some nice cheap things to install, so we can get this down. We can get Cloak down, and hopefully draw our memory very soon. And let's dirty laundry into the only open server. And we'll leave that where it is. We'll get rid of our magnum opus. Sure, we're fueling their economy with the draw on their turn, but I prefer having the cards. There's our dinosaurs, nice and early. Or bang on time, really. Celebrity gift. Cortex lock, future perfect. So nothing that exciting yet. Likely to be the pop up top, because Cortex lock is currently nullified. So if we draw, we can get Dinosaurus down. Good, 2 moddeds. It's kind of living the dream. And draw one more. SMC, just too late. We need to get our memory back. So we're close, but we need our switchblade. And unfortunately, before we can use that, we need to get our memory chip. Now on the plus side, Cloak may not be necessary at the moment. Depends on how many sentries are running. But we can go through a few if needs be. We can clone chip it back. So I'm going to try some things. That could be fun. 31 credits though, probably not going to make that much of an impact. We can draw again, and we can mod it this. Dinosaurs. Which isn't much good to us, unfortunately. So, I really want to see Switchblade. There we go. So Ankusa is very expensive to use, but thankfully with Magnum Opus we've a good bit of money to us. And we have some extra little bits of credits, just in case. Diesel, that'll hopefully find us the pieces we need. Down to the last 17 cards. We've drawn pretty rapidly. But we need to get moving very soon, because they're about to go for the push. In turns, okay. Wow, they are really icing up that server. That makes R&D much more of a tempting proposition. So we get this down, and I wanted to just take some more money. Get rid of you, and get rid of you. Should probably have installed SMC on that turn, and used it to get Switchblade on their turn. But they are content to just money up. Fun thing with tinkering in this deck is you can make something a barrier. That might be problematic or might be easy enough to break, but will cause them issues. Break it with Ankusa, send it back to hand, make them pay for the reinstall costs and all that all over again. So they're icing up heavily all over the place. There's our Switchblade. Right. We are getting there. So next turn we can throw down a R&D interface and we can run. another Ghost Runner, we will be well able to deal with sentries. And we should run their hand as well very soon, because at this stage they must have drawn something. Like, we know the future perfect that they had, at least. Unlikely they binned it. So, let's poke HQ to start. Enigma we can deal with handily enough. And a pop, which is easy. Fun thing is, if we really need to, we can break that with Switchblade down the road. So, future perfect. Yeah, well, they did have the money to spare. Down RD interface. Let's make them spend some money on R&D at least. Eli, that is the one we didn't really want to see. That is very expensive for us. So, jack out for the moment and put down another Ghost Runner. And now they're getting rid of the Agroplex, which makes sense. We only have the 10 cards left, so maybe a little late. Okay, so we also have Data Sucker to deal with things, I think. Need to relook at the deck list. So let's start in Laundry HQ, see if we see anything good. Maybe they'll get overeager and pop the Jackson. And we still have enough to bid for a side game as well. Cyberdex. Yeah, we'll get rid of it. This is going to cost us 2 to boost, and then 6. That's 6 in total. So that's expensive, but at least we can send it back to hand. And force them to pay for reinstalls, all that kind of stuff as well. So, they're finally going for a push. Possibly future perfect. So I think we install and click through Eli. Lotus field, we can do that. Another Eli, well, that's unfortunate. So, it's going to cost us 2, 4, 6. And we want to keep 2 left over, so let's take you, boost, break, and break, and we'll add it to HQ. And we're going to see 3. Get an easy, perfect. Toll booth, okay. And we will trash you. Chrysium, that doesn't bother us at all. So toll booth will be problematic if they want to install that. Nope, they're just going to go for the score. Future perfect is out the door. But we have the 2 of the Niseis, which is great. And so it's fresh cards here again. But if we run and click through, we can't really afford, well, we can't afford at all a future perfect. And we can, if we use cloak instead. So we can take Meganovus, we could run, click, and use some of these, because there's no sentries in sight, and it's unlikely this game's going to be won on the remote, for us at least. So take that, go R&D, click. Two to boost and one to break. Jackson's gonna go. There's only 13 cards left. Restructure Caprice and an unknown card, leaving 3 unknowns in archives. Jackson, which we get? Well, hedge and crick. Okay, so all the Jackson's gone, so we should run archives. Likely to have to go through a click, or crick. Icing up R&D again, likely to be Eli, which is kind of okay by us. Now they're down to 17 credits as well. This server is possibly over-iced, unless it's 4 sentries in a row. Celebrity gift coming down. Now are they debating the whole do I show an agenda? Fast track. Okay, I'd like to check out archives with 4 cards in there. So for Crick is strength 6. I need to be able to boost by 3 and pay 1. So I'd like to be able to check archives and run HQ once. That's exactly what we thought it would be. And there's a future perfect in there. So, because we took out the last Jackson, we can keep running that if we want. Oh, never mind. They know that as well. So, they decided that better to just do it now than have that pain over and over again, because we can easily just click up Magnum Opus and go. Maybe it's worth them trying. I mean, they have 23 credits again. Might have been worth a bash. We finally got Ankusa to work. It did take quite a lot of setup, as you can see. There's definitely refinements to be made here, but I don't think it's that bad a barrier breaker. I think you should probably back it up with something else, like have a lady on the side, just to be able to break things like Eli, as a once-off, so you can build up the credits and then break it and send it back to hand. But it worked out quite well today. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.